let's go back to the bee yard and let's just start with what we're going to see when a hive swarms. All right, so all of a sudden you got this explosion of bees coming out from your entrance reducer, and they're just flying out. And this is what I call the Indiana Jones moment, Brian, where you
Yes.
remember at the Treasury where all the rats came running out. Well, these are bees instead, and all these bees want to do is get up in the air and wait for their queen and take off to where their new home has already been assigned that they want to go to. All right, so the queen will eventually come out on the bottom board. You just got to hang out to the side of the hive and just wait. And what I use is a queen clip, a metal queen clip, and I'll capture her there. And yeah, there you go. That's what I use right there. That way, if I want to put her into a nuke box and take some of the swarm with me, I'm going to take it, 3 to 5 miles away, and then allow her to acclimate to there and then bring her back a week later. When these bees have all come flooding out of the hive, they're just going around in circles, Brian, just around in circles. They're just waiting for the queen. And like I said earlier, the queen is really full of eggs, and all she wants to do is get to that first landing spot. And if she lands on the ground, it's actually pretty easy. I've got down on my hands and knees and just kind of used my glove just to move the bees back and forth. Again, they're not going to get after you at all on this. They just want to get to their new home. And when I find the queen, I'll put the clip around her, and then I will either take her back into the hive or into a new hive and allow some of that new cluster of bees to go in with her, and then I'm going to seal it up and take it away. Now that's going to leave about 70% or so of the bees looking for their queen. And when they can't find their queen, they're going to go directly back to the hive they just came from. So when we were looking at that diagram on the telestrator, Brian, earlier, they're going to go back to those 4 other hives and say, hey, life isn't so bad after all. And they're back, they're rehomed, and happy as can be. So placing the queen into a new hive is the best thing to be done, because remember, you have the new queen that's going to be emerging within the next day or so, and you already have a queen that's going to go through and be the new queen for that hive. And just remember, you got to take that new hive 3 to 5 miles away for a week and then bring her back, and all is well at that point. If you get one of those giant swarms, and you'll know when you see a giant swarm, you'll stare at it. No words to be said. You're in shock. You're in awe. So that's what you feel like when you see one of these giant swarms. You go, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to make 5 or 10 hives out of this. I got to find some queens though. And so you might have to build a mega hive that's, 4 or 5 supers high to get that mega hive in. And I would put that queen in there with them, order my queens, and then subdivide it into 5 or 6 or 7 hives, and take those bees on the frames, because you're going to have those in there while you're waiting for your queen to be delivered, and then just put them into the new hive, seal them up for a day or two, and come back. Make sure you're feeding them. You got to make sure, otherwise they're going to leave you. You got to be feeding these swarms. And now you've just went from 2 or 3 hives now to 8 or 10 hives, Brian. So you can really, really expand your apiary if you hit the mega jackpot on this here.